Hello Grand Archive players, let's answer a rules question. Your opponent controls a powered defender. You activate Cone of Frost at level 5, let's say it was empowered or something, targeting your opponent's powered defender with all 3 instances of damage. How many power cells does your opponent create? Before we tackle this question, we need to talk about state-based checks. Before a player would get opportunity, the game performs several checks in order to maintain the game state. Think of it as a sort of housekeeping. Some examples of state-based effects are checks to see if a player has lost the game, if a unit has been dealt lethal damage, if a player controls multiple unique objects with the same name, if there are buff and debuff counters on the same object, or if a token is moved off the field. The one we're most concerned with in this example is this one. Returning to our scenario, let's start resolving Cone of Frost. We'll follow all of the instructions on the card in order. It will deal 2 damage to Powered Defender, which will cause her to trigger. Then, deal 2 more damage, then another 2. Powered Defender will trigger each of these times. Cone of Frost has finished resolving and is moved from the stack to its owner's graveyard. Now, before each player is given opportunity, state-based checks are performed. The game sees that there is an ally that has been damaged for an amount exceeding its life stat and moves Powered Defender to the graveyard. At the same time, the game puts all previously triggered abilities onto the stack. When we resolve this stack, we arrive at our answer. Your opponent will create 3 power cells. Let's look at a bit of a different scenario. Instead of Cone of Frost, you activate Strategem of Myriad Ice with 3 floating memory in your graveyard, intending to banish all 3 and deal all damage again to Powered Defender. How many power cells does your opponent create this time? Let's resolve Stratagem. Note that this time, this activation doesn't target. Stratagem resolves, creating 3 reflexive triggers as you banish 3 floating memory, all of which target Powered Defender. This, when in the card text, is indicating that this effect creates a separate trigger on the stack. Now, let's start resolving the stack. Powered Defender is dealt 3 damage and triggers to create a power cell. Resolve that. Powered Defender is dealt another 3 and triggers. In between all these triggers, state-based checks are being performed. This time, these checks moved Powered Defender to the graveyard. Resolve the stack. The 3rd damage trigger of Stratagem has an invalid target and fizzles. Your opponent is left with 2 power cells. Notice how in these 2 examples, the templating of the card dealing damage affects how the stack resolves and when the game is able to consider Powered Defender to be dead or not, and when players get opportunities to respond. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.